Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and as you can see, we have Cameron here with us today. For our adhesive tutorial today, we are working on our bulldog wreath. As you can see where we cut down the tulle, we've already started to take and tie this on there, and Cameron's going to help do that. But first things first, our piece of wood that we're adding the word bulldogs to is dry. So we need to add our vinyl to it so that way we can make our paint, our glitter paint. Now first things first, this was just a scrap piece of Oracal. And what I did is I cut the word bulldogs and then I added a box around it because we're going to reverse weed it. So we're going to take our pick and remove the letters from the inside. There we go. And again, the pick is available on our website. Today is Monday and we're trying to pre-record this so that way we have the videos done for the week. Cameron, as you can see, likes helping do all this kind of stuff. So there we go. We have that removed. Now as you can see, this is what the design looks like before we mask over it. So what we're going to go ahead and do first is take our handy dandy transfer tape and we're going to cut down 4 inches by 12 inches because this is a 3-inch by 12-inch piece of wood, and the design is what I made the letters to be is 2.5 inches tall, which makes it like 11.8 wide. So there we go. Okay, squeegee it down. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and place this on our board so that way we can remove the mask. And again, with this having the square around the outside, it actually makes this super duper easy to line up, as you can see. So we got this squeegee. Do you want to remove the transfer tape for me, kid?
Mm-hmm. That's going to do it slowly?
No, not really. There we go. Okay. Oops, hold on. Okay. Now let's take and make sure all those little bubbles and things like that are not on the edges, because you see how we want it to be nice and gripped against the wood? How we can see the texture of the wood through the letters. And what I mean by that is, as you can see on here, how this lined up perfectly with the top of the board. So we have that all laid out, and then we have our edges smooth so that way when we make our glitter paint, it doesn't go under the edges of the vinyl. So just make sure everything's nice and smooth, which is easy to do. You can take and run your squeegee and make sure it grips. And that's part of the reason why I used a glossy paint on this, because it grips a little bit better. And this is 651. I don't like using 631. It doesn't hold up as well. So now what I have is just a plain styrofoam bowl, glossy dishwasher safe Mod Podge, any type of glossy Mod Podge works. So I'm going to pour some in the bowl. Dishwasher safe is just one that I have around for when I'm doing glitter on wine glass stems. I use dishwasher safe. So now what I'm doing is I'm taking, this is the extra fine glitter in gold. I think this one comes, yeah, this one comes from Hobby Lobby. And I'm pouring a generous amount into my Mod Podge. You want to stir that, Bubba?
Yes.
Let's see. Hold on, we need a little bit more glitter. Pour a little bit more. As you can see, we like glitter in this family. There's glitter everywhere. And you want it mixed in really well. And when this dries, which you'll see on our next video, because we'll finish up the wreath on another video, but this is just, we're going to show you how to tie the tulle, and then on the next video we'll show you how to put it all together. So as you can see, the texture, you can definitely tell there's glitter in it. As I said, you want there to be lots of glitter, and it's thick like paint. So now what we're going to do is take a sponge brush. This is just, I buy these in the art department over at Hobby Lobby. And we're going to take and coat our letters with the Mod Podge nice and generously. I like to put a nice thick coat so that way you get lots of glitter. Okay, there we go. And you can do this with regular paint. You can take and either brush it on like this, kind of give you a couple of different options. So you can either brush it on to get a smoother coat, and you can take, once you do that, you can take your loose glitter Okay, now you can either do it just like this and make it and let it dry and then probably put another coat, or you can take your loose glitter and either apply paint or Mod Podge and take and sprinkle the glitter generously on top. See how I'm coating every little piece of the Mod Podge. Okay, so we've got now we have glitter letters. Now what we can take and do is take our blue layer of vinyl. Hold on, let me grab it so that way you don't accidentally pull up some of the paint. Okay, so we've got our letters, as you can see. Now I'll remove the centers. And this is the Dimbo font from defonts.com. And I liked it because it was kind of a fun little font to use. And you can do this in any colors for your school. Okay. There we go. Now, as you can see, how nice and crisp our letters are. So we're gonna leave this to dry overnight so that way we can take and attach it to our wreath once it's dry, and we'll get rid of some of the excess glitter. Now, for our tool-tied wreath, as you can see, we've already started our pattern. So what I like to do is hold it between my legs. You grab a piece of black and I'll grab a piece of gold, and we'll work together. So, take your piece of tulle and you pull it even toward yourself. As I said, I like to hold this between my legs. It works better that way. And pull it once in a knot, and then one more time, and that holds it into place. And I like to do at least 2 pieces. Normally I do my rows, my sections, I'll do 3 colors at a time. Like I'll do, this is 3 golds, 3 blacks, 3 golds, 3 blacks. And you keep doing this until you have your wreath as full as you like it. And I like to use a lot of tulle for this. I like my wreaths to be nice and fluffy. Go ahead, Beth. You need some help?
Yeah, it's kind of, since you're holding it, it's harder
Yes.
to get. I'm gonna just put this right here.
Here, don't put that on the table. We don't want it on the table. We don't want to make a mess. Okay. So as you can see, this stuff is nice and messy, but it's a whole lot of fun. By the time I'm finished, I will be completely covered head to toe in glitter. But with the way I do this, you can take and see how the pattern's supposed to look. See, and I squish mine together because, as I said, I like mine to look nice and full, and the closer all these pieces are, you see how it starts to stand up on its own, the more tulle you have on it. But it really doesn't take a whole lot of time. I will sit there at night when I'm making these as gifts, and I will take and use a sign and cut down a lot of material all at once. And then I will take and tie. Just sit there and watch TV and do this, and busy work that isn't too difficult. Now, one thing you want to make sure is you're grabbing 1 piece of tulle at a time. So it's very easy to grab 2. But as you can see, it really doesn't take a whole lot of time, and the results are so cute. And it looks so good, and you can use them over and over and over. And I have. Like I have, and where I made my first one for fall way back when Cameron was in kindergarten. I still use the same one for fall. Now I've made several Christmas wreaths, and that's only because I take and change my Christmas tree every year. The last time we went to Disney, I started collecting the princess shoes ornaments. Love those things. And that is what our tree is right now. I'm trying to switch everything over on my Christmas tree to Disney. It's like I told my husband, I said, eventually, I want our whole house to be Disney. So Cameron, what position are you wanting to run for student council?
I don't know.
Well, what are you thinking? Are you wanting to be president, vice president, secretary, treasurer?
I'm pretty sure I want to go for the president. Right now.
I think you'll have fun with it. What do y'all think you should take and try out for as far as student council? Do you think president's worth it? I know if they're doing PTA, I've done fundraising, I've done parliamentarian, I've done concession stands, I've done What else? President. One of the few jobs I haven't done is treasurer and secretary, because I'm not good at taking notes. So secretary was not one of those things that I wanted to do, and treasurer is not a position I want to do because I don't like dealing with other people's money. I like dealing with mine, but having to keep books and stuff like that for someone else or for an organization, not really my thing. But as you can see, it really, I mean, during the amount of time we've talked, we've gotten a lot done. And as you can see how the pattern starts to form, it really is adorable. And I might have to cut down more tulle. It kind of just depends on how it goes. Because as you saw, I cut down 3 rolls of black and 3 rolls of gold the other day. And you can always add more, or you can do less. Let's see, Cameron has soccer tonight. Just leave it right there for a little bit, Bubba. We'll wait till that dries to be able to put the glitter away. We are covered in glitter, huh?
Yeah, I just wiped off your legs and now my hands are covered in glitter. Well, I can't tell, but they're covered in glitter.
How's our house? How much glitter do we have around the house?
We probably have like 7 of the big bottles in our closet area.
Well, no, what about, is there glitter on our couch?
Yes, especially by where you sit.
Is there glitter in the, we have nothing but tile in our house. And in our grout on our tile,
There's like things of glitter.
there's glitter spots. It's permanent. As many times as I have mopped and swept my floors, but I mean, I'm always doing glitter projects, and then there's glitter all over everything anyway, so we end up with
2 times the glitter.
glitter everywhere permanently. People come into the store and you can see trails of glitter everywhere you go. But it's not a bad thing. And you can use the same technique if you're wanting to make, you know, the little tutu skirts. You can use the same technique to make the tutu skirts, which is a neat concept. We probably will for Halloween, because I have a Halloween costume in mind, make a tutu skirt. But as you can see, I'm pretty much a girly girl, and thank goodness my husband's not particular on what our house looks like or how much glitter there is everywhere. Like, my husband doesn't care that I have a pink car, he'll drive it if need be. So it makes it good that he's just very easygoing. Is your dad easygoing?
Yeah.
So are you excited for school on Monday?
Yes, very.
What are you excited for?
To see my friends again.
And I remember being that age, looking forward to going back to school, because you don't see everybody over the summer. Like when you're in high school and stuff like that, it's a whole lot easier to see your friends over the summer. But when you're younger, not so much. Because you go on vacations and there's so many different things. And it's strange to me, like when you go up to the middle school, because our middle schools, which is pretty much junior high, it goes from 5th grade through 8th grade. So you look at the 5th graders and they look like, for the most part, there are some that don't look like that, but for the most part, you look at them and they look like they still should be in elementary. And you look at the 8th graders and they look like they're ready for high school. But what's shocking to me even more than that is when I was helping out with senior registration, a lot of those kids, they don't look like kids anymore. They look like adults. And that is great, but then it's scary to me because it's like, you're gonna be out on your own soon. Or at least if you want to be out on your own, you can. So, during that amount of time, we probably got about 1/4 of the wreath done. So as you can see, this is what it starts to look like, and the fuller it gets, the more it stands, and once you hang it up, it looks adorable on the wall, which this will be on the front door of the shop. But if you have any more questions about how these are laid out, and these pieces, because they're cut in half on the 24-inch sign, they're roughly about 24 inches long, maybe a little shorter, maybe a little longer. And you can, as I said before, you can make these shorter, you can make them longer. I like it to be, because when you make them a little bit longer, you can use a smaller wreath ring and it look bigger than if you're than using a bigger ring and making them shorter. I just personally like that look. But again, it's up to you. You can make your strips however long you want. But if you have any questions, leave them down below. Remember, we are going to go live for our first live Q&A session on Thursday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. So I think that makes it 9:30 Eastern and what is it? 5:30 Pacific. Pacific, not specific. Sometimes I can't even talk. So gather your questions and things like that. If you have any tutorials or any projects that you would like to see us do, remember to leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget, you do not have to buy from us. We appreciate it when you do. But a lot of these materials are available at your local Hobby Lobby or craft store. I mean, you can get tulle even at Walmart. They don't have as much of the specialty stuff, but you can get it at Walmart. And as well as we will be doing the scrap box drawing on September the 4th. So remember, we go live on Facebook for that. Facebook going live is pretty easy when my phone decides to work. YouTube live's a little bit more complicated. When we do live on YouTube, I'll be in front of the computer, so you won't see all this nice pretty lighting. It'll be on my webcam, which I haven't used yet, so we'll see how that goes.
We still need to do it.
We're going to. And I figured with the live Q&A, people can ask me what they're wanting during that time period anyway. And remember, any purchases online or in store count towards extra entries into the scrap box drawing, as well as liking us and sharing our page on Facebook, or just sharing if you've already liked, as well as following us on Instagram, Snapchat, subscribing on YouTube. And if you want to be notified when we post, you can take and click that little bell icon, and that will notify you when we post. And remember, Cameron's got his channel. He wanted me to make sure y'all knew that. Random Reviewer. If you want to see some of his videos over Beyblades or Pokemon. It's kind of an interesting thing. And the more I look at this gold tool, it looks like it's actually white with just gold glitter on it. But it is pretty.
It might be white. I don't know.
This is the first time I bought this one. So, y'all remember to check us out and keep watching and let us know what you want to see. Give this video a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It's up to you. And y'all have, thanks, and y'all have a great day.